Alex was working crazy hours, always trying to prove himself and saying yes to everything. Then, something doesn't feel right. At first, he thought he was just tired. But then, it got worse. His creativity disappeared. Simple decisions felt overwhelming. He would stare at his laptop screen for hours and get nothing done. And the worst part? He didn't even recognize himself anymore. One night, he was so exhausted that he just sat in his car after work, staring at the steering wheel. He couldn't bring himself to turn the key. It was like his body was saying, "Enough." That was the moment he realized. He wasn't just tired, he was burned out. And something had to change. If you're feeling this way, you're not alone. And I promise, there's a way out. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to recover from burnout, and more importantly, how to prevent it from happening again. However, if your burnout is severe, if you're struggling with depression, anxiety, or complete exhaustion that's impacting your health, please seek medical help. You don't have to go through this alone. But if you're looking for ways to start recovering today, here are a few steps to help you get back on track. Let's get into it. All right, let's get real for a minute. The very first step is simply admitting that you're burned out. And don't be shy about it. It's not a weakness. Maybe you've noticed that even simple tasks feel like huge obstacles, or you catch yourself snapping at people over really small things, like losing your cool when someone asks a question you already know the answer to, or getting frustrated when your coffee isn't exactly how you like it. These little moments are signals that something's off. Being honest with yourself and saying, "Hey, I'm exhausted and I need to change something," is the first brave step toward feeling better. Remember, this is your journey, and accepting that you need a break or a change is nothing to be ashamed of. Now that we've acknowledged the problem, let's move on to the next step. All right, let's chat about taking a break. I know it might seem impossible with all those deadlines and projects looming over you. A lot of us hesitate to step away because we worry we're letting our team down, or that our work is so crucial that the company would crumble without us. But here's the truth. Don't think of yourself as irreplaceable. The company can definitely survive without you for a bit, and your health is far more important. It might feel like stepping away means losing momentum or falling behind, but if you don't give yourself a break now, burnout will force you into one later, one that could be much longer and harder to recover from. So if you can, carve out a few days to completely disconnect from work. Turn off those notifications, put your phone aside, and give yourself permission to rest and recharge without any guilt. If a long break isn't possible, even scheduling short, guilt-free pauses throughout your day can make a huge difference. Now that we've taken a break, let's see how to make that time truly count. Moving on to step 3, rest and recharge. When we talk about rest, many of us default to zoning out in front of the TV or scrolling through our phones. Sure, that sometimes feels relaxing, but it's often just a distraction. It's like giving your brain a quick nap while it's still busy processing everything else. So what does true rest look like? It starts with quality sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of deep, uninterrupted sleep where your body and mind really get a chance to reset. Creating a sleep-friendly environment is key. Dim the lights, turn off your screens at least 30 minutes before bed, and try making your room a bit cooler. This can signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Next, give yourself physical rest. Instead of plopping on the couch and mindlessly scrolling, try a gentle stretch, a short walk, or even a power nap. And don't forget mental rest. Sometimes, even when we try to relax, our minds are still racing. A few minutes of mindfulness or simply focusing on your breath can help clear away that mental clutter. Now that we've recharged, it's time to protect that recovery with clear boundaries. If you're in the thick of burnout right now, setting boundaries is your lifeline. I know it feels like work is all-consuming and there's no off switch, but it's time to reclaim your time and energy. First, let's be honest. If you're constantly checking emails late into the night or working through weekends, your boundaries have blurred. You need to give yourself permission to say, enough. Start by deciding on a hard cutoff time for work, say 6 p.m., and stick to it. Turn off your email notifications and step away from your computer. It might feel strange at first, but it's crucial for your recovery. Next, learn to say no, genuinely no, to tasks that are piling on the stress. I know it's tough, especially if you're the one everyone relies on, but your well-being comes first. Let your colleagues know, I'm at my limit right now, and don't worry about disappointing anyone. Setting these limits gives you the space you need to breathe and heal. You can also create a small ritual to mark the end of your workday. Maybe shut down your computer, tidy your desk, and take a few deep breaths. This helps signal to your brain that it's time to switch gears from work to personal time. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about protecting your energy so you can recover and eventually come back stronger. With your boundaries in place, let's bring some color back into your life. Step 5 is all about reconnecting with joy. Burnout can drain the color from your life, making everything seem dull and monotonous. It can feel like you're stuck in a cycle where even the things that once made you happy now feel lifeless. But here's the thing. You deserve to feel that spark again. Think back to what used to light you up. Maybe you loved painting, playing music, or taking long walks in nature, activities that left you feeling refreshed and inspired. If it's been a while since you did any of those things, now's the perfect time to bring them back into your life. Start small. Set aside a little time each day to do something that makes you smile, whether it's listening to your favorite song, taking a short walk, or reading a chapter from a beloved book. If you're unsure what that something is, experiment with a new hobby or reconnect with an old friend over coffee. Consider scheduling joy breaks during your day, just a few minutes where you intentionally do something fun or relaxing. It might be watching a funny video, doodling, or enjoying a quiet moment with a cup of tea in your favorite spot. And don't underestimate the power of connecting with others. Spend time with people who lift you up, whether it's friends, family, or even your pet. Finally, try keeping a joy journal. Each day, jot down a few things that made you smile, no matter how small. Over time, you'll build a collection of positive moments that remind you of what truly matters. Now that you've reconnected with joy, let's work on gradually getting back into the swing of things. Finally, step 6 is to gradually re-engage with your work. When you start feeling better, it might be tempting to jump right back into your old routine, but that can quickly set you back. Ease in slowly by focusing on manageable tasks and gradually building up your workload. Try using the 80-20th rule. Identify the 20% of tasks that bring you 80% of your results. This helps you avoid getting bogged down in busy work and allows you to focus on what really matters. You might also use techniques like the Pomodoro method, where you work in focused bursts with short breaks. And here's something crucial. Learn to work in a flow state. That's when you're so immersed in your work that distractions fade away and you enter a state of deep, productive focus. To achieve this, set up your workspace to minimize interruptions, batch similar tasks together, and set clear, attainable goals for each session. Mastering deep work not only helps you manage your workload more efficiently, but also builds a sustainable routine that keeps burnout at bay. Recovering from burnout isn't just about taking a break, it's about rebuilding your life so you can thrive without burning out again. And speaking of managing your workload and staying productive, in my upcoming video, I'm going to dive into how to avoid burnout while staying productive. If you want to make sure you don't miss those tips, hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell to stay tuned. See you in the next one.